news of the living God. The Savior lives in us. And if the Savior lives in us, then we are Superman to our world.
Prophecy. What does God say about the death of the head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, who passed away at age 88 on Easter Monday in his residence? For the full prophecy confirmation regarding the deaths of notable leaders of the Church, tune in to Saviour TV on July 3rd, 2024, during the prophecy for 2024 and 2025. The man of God Saviour Kal prophesied that Christians should pray for their leaders because the deaths of two notable and prominent leaders of the Church is imminent. Both will happen before the end of 2025. This is the voice of God.
Christians should pray for their leaders because the deaths of two notable and prominent pastors of the church is imminent, and both will happen before the end of 2025.
All right, to our breaking news now on Pope Francis, head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City State, has died aged 88. Pope Francis was elected in 2013, marking a new era for the Catholic Church as its first leader from the Western Hemisphere, the first from South America and the first from the Jesuit order. His legacy will include many reforms to the Church and its reputation, namely in addressing the climate crisis, his endeavour to promote unity, and his historic apology to survivors of sexual abuse. His final days were spent in Rome's Gemelli Hospital, battling a prolonged asthmatic respiratory crisis while being treated for pneumonia and a complex lung infection. He received blood transfusions after tests showed low counts of platelets, which are needed for clotting.
All right, we're going to bring you some breaking news just coming into us now here in Al Jazeera that Pope Francis, the first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church, has died. Just to repeat that, an announcement being made by the Vatican in a video statement saying Pope Francis, who we know has been suffering health challenges, has now passed away. It ends an often turbulent reign that has reigned in the Vatican as he sought to overhaul the institution. Now, we do know that the Pope had appeared briefly to give traditional Easter blessing on Sunday. He appeared from the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica in front of crowds there, and that appearance followed a brief meeting with the US Vice President J.D. Vance. And those appearances were his highest profile appearances since he was discharged from hospital. Doctors were telling him he needed to rest, but he did make those brief appearances, raising perhaps hopes that he was on the mend. But now the news coming from the Vatican, the leader of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Francis, has died at 88 years old.
Christians should pray for their leaders because the deaths of two notable and prominent pastors of the church is imminent, and both will happen before the end of 2020.